Hey guys, it's Blader Scythe here, and just got back from the Top Cut Clash over in Berwyn at Top Cut Gaming, and gotta say, definitely a lot of fun, guys. We were at about 65 players today, and really good competition out there. I can't say I did the best out there, but I had a lot of fun, and you know what? I got to understand something about my play style that hopefully will translate into some upcoming tournaments in the future. So, what are we here about actually? Actually, I got some good things to show you guys today. Some of it came from Alfredopasta, who was not only one of the tournament players, but is also a 3D printer that sells some of his stuff not only online, possibly on Etsy, but he at the Top Cut Gaming, he actually sells these in person. So I wanted to show off a few things that he sold to me there, and on top of that, I got a few unboxings or something to unbox for you guys. So how about we get this turned around and show you what I got? All right. So as you can see here, we got a few things that we want to go over, but some of the things that Alfredo Pasta actually made that were worth the pickup. I mean, all his stuff that he had there was amazing and worth the pickup, but some things that I kind of gravitated to. We'll go starting from the left side. And what we have is a launcher holster that not only can use these parts in order to attach to your pants, and when you do, you're able to take one of your launchers and slot it in. And then when you're ready, so while you're off the side and just waiting for your next turn at the tournament, you push it up, it's ready to go. And it also does work with the winder launcher as well. So makes for a lot of fun. And what's cool is that in this position, you should have no problems, or in either side of having it, you should be able to have no problems with your string, or I'm sorry, your winder ripcord in there in order to holster it and ready for the next one. If you have a launch grip, it still works and it's pretty easy to have. And just holster sideways. Same goes for the string launcher as well, but yeah, a really cool pickup. So on top of that too, like if you're at home and just not at a tournament, this little hole right here actually acts as a wall mount where you can actually just put this somewhere that you have, let's say a nail or screw or pegs for a pegboard, and you can holster it on there and just have something to display or hold your launchers in kind of a little bit of a neat fashion. Next, we're going to actually go and talk about a lot of people, or there's been someone that's been showing these off, which are the grip holders, so that you can have just kind of a comfortable grip. As you can see, I got like some really gorilla sized palms here. And so these are really fun to have. I really like sometimes having the length of the Samurai Saber launcher. And since a lot of times you can't actually hold this, on the long way to kind of give you that same feel. So the next best thing you could do, and by the way, this is my own customized launcher. Wanted to make sure I had something unique to me for the tournament. But yeah, so just sticks in like that, because all you have to do is push it in so that the sides just push in, and then you're able to hold it like this for your launch. And so in my play, I was actually able to grab this. So by the I think it was by the third round, I finally was able to grab this and able to use it not only in practice launching, but also in a couple of the remaining matches afterwards. But as you can see, kind of fits my big gorilla palm hand. So those of you that have bigger hands may be in favor of trying to look into something like this. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. And if a lot of you guys don't know, these are Picatinny rails. So for any of you guys that might be gun enthusiasts or in airsoft or even in Nerf, believe it or not, this down here is a Picatinny rail. So if you want to have something almost like this to connect to it, but it would be kind of a grip for any firearm, usually for rifle styles where you would have a front grip. Those that do Picatinny rail should potentially, connect to this. So in another video, I'll go ahead and actually test that out. I'm just doing that based on my knowledge of firearm and Nerf, believe it or not, or foam sport, which was the hobby I was in prior to this. And should be able to connect to that. But overall, this was a very comfortable grip. Allowed me to just be able to holster it with my big hand and have like complete control, when I was launching with the winder string. Next thing I want to talk about, and I know a lot of you guys probably either picked one of these up online from maybe a different seller, but these are just 3D printed, a 3D printed deck box. I was able to grab, something that was in my colors, and wouldn't mind if they were like in the reverse color. I didn't see a purple base, so what was cool is he had a whole bunch of them printed out and ready to go, and he was gracious enough to just take part from a different set and swap it on so that I could have the aqua bottom and the purple top, which are some of my favorite colors. Hence why I kind of like the Night Lance, the Hasbro Night Lance, since that one I think is kind of like the prize for the TT side. But yeah, simple enough. Fits 3 bays, and it fits for almost any configuration too. I think one that almost had a little bit of an issue, but ended up working out, which was the 080 on my Silver Wolf, and it still fit. So he's got this spacious enough so that it could fit pretty much all builds. And just to throw in a few here, they will be without the bit, but it should just give you an idea of how they just fit in there. All right, so when you're coming up to your turn at your match, these are ready to go. And then when you're ready to shuffle, you're able to shuffle it, and then you got the lids here that act as kind of like a viewing blocker, so that your opponent can't see your lineup for your bays. And yeah, so it works really well. Easy, and then has them numbered, so if you want to put them in the order for your match too. So overall, really nice. I really like it. Very comfortable and easy to just walk around. So once your match is up, bring your set, go up there, and easy to just pop them open, hand them to your judge, and then get them lined up for your match. So yeah. Next in line here. So he was really good about just like almost giving these away from me, but they were really cheap. I believe it was like 1 for 3 or 2 for 5. And these are pretty much the adapters in order to have dual launchers. So this one is the adapter in order to have 2 of the winder launchers, and then this is the adapter in order to have 2 of the string launchers connected together. So yeah, so in the future videos, I might actually start using these for any of the like echo fights that I've been doing, which echo fight number 3 should be going up sometime in the near future. If you have any suggestions, go ahead and post them on here for any echo fights that I might not have done. I, for the most part, have most of the Hasbro and a fair amount of the TT bays at this time. Some of them I don't have many of the collabs on the Hasbro side. I do have all the Marvel ones so far, and will be probably getting my hands on the next Marvel collab with the Captain America and the Red Hulk. But I don't have any of the Star Wars or the Transformers collab at this time, so I won't really be able to do much of those as Echo Fights, even though you have like the Optimus Primo, Bite Croc, and Shark Edge that are all Echo Fighters. So with something like that, I might end up doing more like Bite Croc and Shark Edge. And if that's one that you guys want to see next, feel free to let me know. But yeah, so, useful for upcoming videos. All right, for the last things that I'm going to show you guys today, I have 2 unboxings for you today, and they are the same things. The real cool part was that they were ordered from different places at different times, yet came at the same time today. So that was kind of a cool thing, because I was going to wait until both arrived to do the unboxing. So I got one that comes from Seruguya. All right. Apologize for butchering that. Somebody was telling me earlier at the tournament how you're supposed to say it. So I know the abbreviation that they say is like Surugu, which is fine with me. But I did get from Suruguya and from Mall of Toys. With the Mall of Toys one, it was actually really cool. Someone in the Discord actually gave up, or not gave up, but shared a code with everyone that allowed you to get Shelter Drake for $10 off. So I had to take advantage of that. This one I pre-ordered way ahead of time. And in my opinion, with Suruguya, there is a good thing about it, which I believe it's one of the best places to get during the free shipping when you are ordering something in bulk, or at least multiple orders in one. And what I mean is that you get one taxing on everything you buy, which in bulk order makes it phenomenally great, because most of the things that are priced on there usually can be priced lower than you're going to find at most of the places. Like, for example, the thing that I ordered from both is Shelter Drake. And if you haven't understood that by now, but on here, the Shelter Drake was about, I think it was about $12, $13. But with the ad, since I bought it alone, the tax without shipping brought it back up to kind of about like $19. But it was free shipping. Now at about $19, or a little over $19, that kind of put it at par if you were going to get it from places like Model Toys or Bays and Bricks. So at that point, I mean, single buys, does it make it worth it? Depending on what you're buying. I definitely think that if you're going to buy more than one thing there, then that becomes way more beneficial, because you're saving cost-wise on many things because how they price it. So with that being said, let me go ahead and open these up, and then we'll get the packets out. All right, so we got them both out. So I got two boosters for the Shelter Drake. The one on the left side is the one from Suruguya, and this one on the right is the one from Mall of Toys. So to be honest, I would love to get my hands on both the red and the green. The green shell is the one I want the most. And prior to getting Draciel, I would have liked the green because I believe it comes with Dot. On the other hand, having a red, having the 780 ratchet would be really fun, as well as having the red gear point, I believe. So let's go ahead and open these up. And I have my handy dandy railroad spike knife. Any of you guys that ever get a chance to go to one of those like forges down in the south, or in my case, I was at the Smoky Mountains, and they had a couple of foundries there, or forges, where they help you kind of like build these. So not so much of that they're sponsored or anything, but just showing it off because it's a little on the sharp side. So I know that looking at the code, that kind of tells you ahead of time on what it is, but I'd rather be surprised. All right, so right now we have the bit, and based on what it is, we should get an idea of what we got. So now that just flew out. All right, so we end up getting orb, and because it's yellow, we do know that it's the yellow Drake. I kind of like orb when I'm able to run it on a few things, and with the fact that we only have an orange orb so far, I forgot who it came with. I thought it was like maybe one of the man who mention in the comments who orb came with. I know it was on the Hasbro side that came with orb, and I kind of like it on a few bays as well. But so we know we got the yellow Drake. So let's go ahead and open the ratchet. All right, so it came with a yellow 570, which is not too far off of what you get, or at least the one that I got with the stadium version of Wizard Rod, which up until today, I had no idea that Wizard Rod that came with the stadium was different from other Wizard Rods. So just a quick interjection, but as you can see, it has like full transparency where there should be in the back like the more distinct yellow. But I guess there's and same thing with the Dram Buster that came with it as well. Their bits are also a little different too. So that was kind of cool because the shade of blue that my Excel is different than other Excels. So back to the unboxing. So of course, if we know that we got a yellow bit, a yellow ratchet, dun, 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 it is the yellow Shelter Drake, which looks really cool. I'm digging the icon motif, if it'll focus on it. Some people say that it's supposed to be like a that it is a dragon, and others have argued that it's supposed to be like a snapping turtle. I'm not too sure. I don't follow the manga. I do watch a bit of the anime, so I guess we'll kind of get an idea of how that all goes. So we'll go ahead and put this together. And there you go, in its full glory. All right, so let's go ahead and open the second one. I'm really hoping that I get anything but the yellow again, but who knows? And if I do get the yellow, and any of my Discord people or anybody who's in the Wisconsin or Northern Illinois side, if I get a double of the yellow, I would love to trade for any duplicate green or reds that other people have gotten out there and don't have the yellow. So we'll definitely see. Sorry for the shakiness. gotta say, like, you know, Kid Tommy, like, really knows how to package his stuff. That if people are stealing any like of this product overseas, how do you do it without getting caught? Because that was a lot just for the unboxing, let alone, you know. Oh, something peeked out, and we got the green dot. The only other time that you get this green dot is with Draciel, but I could kind of tell looking at it, it's a different shade of green. So both of them are green, but there is a shade of green difference with them. So if I know that now that we have the dot and that it's green, I got the one that I kind of wanted, which is the green Shelter Drake. And opening up the ratchet, this one comes with the 360. That's a nice shade of green, to tell you the truth. So it's a 360 in that green. And behold, green Shelter Drake. All right, so I'm happy I was able to get at least 2 different ones. May have to look later about getting the red one if it's sold separately. I know Bayesian Bricks are usually really good about that once they have them, but since the red is considered the prize, it might come at a cost that I'm not sure I may be willing to grab just to complete the set. But there you go, guys. 360 dot, 570 orb, and you know what? This was amazing. Well, there you go, guys, and hope to see you guys in the next one.